Look at these guys. You want to talk about a hard knock life for training? To eat garbage. Chaos! Morning, Trainiacs. I had to come into the office because I forgot all the footage from yesterday's vlog, so we come in and edit it today, which isn't the worst thing because myself, apparently, like a lot of you, are having motivation issues as far as triathlon training goes. Yeah, happens to me too. And guys, come on. They're always motivated to eat garbage. Coffee time. While the computer's restarting because Final Cut Pro is it's a little crashy. Let's talk about issue number 1, because I need some coffee. Now, one issue that you might be having that's causing you a lack of motivation to get out there and train is something that I encountered the first time that I was doing marathon swim training. And what was happening is just in 2 weeks of training for that long marathon swim, I was so beat down I could not motivate myself to get out and do any workout. I went to my physiotherapist and he was asking how the long swim training is going. So we chatted and he said, how do you feel? And I'm like, I just don't have any energy. And he said, how much are you eating? I'm like, oh my God, I'm eating so much when I get home from work. And I was doing the long swims in the morning. And he said, how much are you eating around your long swim? And I said, well, I have a couple pieces of toast before the long swim. And then I have like an apple and a bar right after. And he goes, dude, you are burning 1,500 to 2,000 calories because you're in the water, fighting the waves, doing a longer swim, you're increasing your swim volume 40 to 50% more in a week, and you're giving your body only 10% of the calories that it burned during that long swim. You're in a 90% calorie deficit. So what he did was he said, like, you have a tortilla wrap with peanut butter on one side and Nutella on another and a banana down the middle, and you slam a bunch of calories into your stomach that are easy to digest in the 1 hour after your workout. And you know what? I felt better. Thanks, Steve. Come on, guys, let's go back and edit. Ooh. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to constantly be slamming calories into your body to make sure that you're not in a deficit, but certainly make sure that you're fueled before your workout and that you're topping it up in the hour after your workout. And if you're finding that later in the day, you are eating a ton when you get home from work or for supper, and you're constantly hungry later in the day, it's probably a pretty good indication that you're not fueling enough around your workout, and that is going to lead to a general case of blah editing. And another day, another vlog uploading. And the next issue about triathlon training motivation that I'm having literally today, because come here. Look at this. It's disgusting. Today was supposed to be the first big group ride of the year. We woke up to lightning. The biggest challenges that I have when my training motivation becomes low is that my schedule is thrown off. Right now, as the seasons are changing, it's not necessarily nice enough to go and run and ride outside every single day because it's either really cold, really rainy, a little bit icy, but it's also not so nasty that I really feel like staying inside on the bike trainer or the treadmill. And I find that when my training schedule is off, it's really hard to get in my head that I have to go and do work, because every single day I'm sitting there going, what do I do? Do I go inside? Do I do this? Do I do that? How do I work it into the training? How do I work it into the work schedule? So what I would recommend to everyone is that they have a regular training schedule that they follow and take out that variable of every single day wondering whether or not, or if, or how you should train. Look at these guys. You want to talk about a hard knock life for training? I wish I had their problems. Now, related to what these guys are professionals at, what these guys are professionals at is sleeping. If you're not getting at least like Bare minimum, 6 hours of sleep a night. Ideally, it's more like 8. Your body's probably gonna start accumulating fatigue, and just by nature, it's gonna start sending signals to your brain that you shouldn't be out training a whole lot, and that's gonna drive your motivation levels down. So the more little bits of naps you can get throughout the day, even just like 15 to 20 minutes, and the closer you can get to a 7, 8, 9 hour sleep, the more motivated you're gonna be to train. I've often thought about taking a nap over on brick background couch, but I've never tried it. It's not bad, Gracie. It's not bad at all. Noted, brick background couch would not be the worst thing to take a nap on. Second to last thing about triathlon training motivation that I use extensively is I always try to have a big, slightly scary goal that I'm working towards. I always try to have a goal in mind, and not just a race, any race, but a race that is a little bit scary, or an accomplishment that's just a little bit scary. And those butterflies that make me wonder if I can do it get me off the couch and say, you know what, if you want to do it, you're probably gonna have to go train. Let's go check on that upload. Processing, done. And then finally, the very last thing that you're about to see in the next hour or two, even though I didn't train with the group this morning, there's a triathlon training group barbecue potluck coming up at Coach Pat's. And having that social circle be intertwined with my triathlon training circle, it makes triathlon training basically just something that is a part of my life, not this little off to the side thing that I've got to find time for. I'm also accountable to that group, and oh, hang on. There you go. So having that training group locally is critical for me. And one unexpected thing about the Triathlon Taren community that's developed is even the group that we've got worldwide motivating each other in the comments, in the Strava group, on Instagram, on Facebook, all the messages and comments that we get and share together, that is also motivating to me. So it's having that lifestyle of triathlon training is just kind of what you do day to day. There are my triathlon motivation tips for the day. I'm gonna post this so you've got a fresh new vlog to watch with horrible audio if you go and watch yesterday. The GoPro and I are currently having relationship issues. So that there little brunch with the gang was exactly what I was talking about. Even though I've been throwing this little motivation sissy fit all morning, went and hung out with them, and they had been out in the wind and the rain, and they still did 120K. But I'm gonna go out and do a run. These guys, and I think No Triathlon Kim is gonna go on the bike. She's so aero on the bike.
I had a bike ride every single day.
Every single day, bike ride.
Some longer than others.
Some longer than others. Mostly.
Papa's being a good.
Papa's being the best. 5K family fun run. She wanted to run with Dad, not bike with Mom. Because Dad's the best. Dropped him. Well, that was me trying to practice what I preach about consistency. Nailed it, first try. It's better to do a little bit on a lot of days than a lot on a little bit of days. And I really didn't have any excuses not to go today. No injury, no sickness. It's 20 degrees outside. I was just being a baby. Happens. Moves!
Never had a bad run with them like that.